Hi friends, welcome. So today we'll be watching this very fascinating video and I would say very knowledgeable. It's going to give us a lot of knowledge, it looks like. So this is about the first martial art and the name of the martial art is?
Kalaripayattu.
Okay, so I have not heard of this and I'm not aware of what this is. So let's just jump into this video and see what it is talking about. Wow.
Kalaripayattu, as we know, is the oldest martial art of the world. Even though it is a discipline, Kalaripayattu essentially is a form of warfare.
So they've got like some small knife kind stuff.
Yeah, small swords.
Sword, okay, small sword.
My name is Prasad, S.R.D. Prasad, that is Sri Raj Devi Prasad. So I am presently the guru of Sri Bharat Kalari. Sri Bharat Kalari was founded by my father, the late Chirakalti Sridhar Nair, in 1948. Kalaripayattu, in short, is a defensive art of Kerala. It is Kerala's own martial tradition. It traveled abroad and influenced even other martial art forms and emerged as new martial art forms elsewhere. That is how karate, kung fu, and the original form jujutsu spread in China and Far East. Talking about the whole structure of Kalaripayattu, it is done inside a kalari. Kalari is also specially made. The top soil is removed to a depth of maybe 3 to 4 feet. And in one corner there will be a presiding deity we call Putara. And there is another place known as Gurutara, which is dedicated to the preceptors of Kalaripayattu. The practice of Kalaripayattu is also divided into 4 parts. First is the Meipayattu in Malayalam. Meipayattu means body conditioning exercises. So the maximum or exaggerated use of all the joints and muscles are involved in this body movement.
That's
they are
really good.
choreographed to form a series of exercises.
Very nice.
And then comes the Kalaripayattu section, wooden weapons. There are many wooden weapons, long canes, short staff, bend ones, vatta, a horn-like weapon. When coming to Koltari, there is this Vaitari or the oral commands. First, starting with the long staff, Kattagari, there are 10 series in that, each set to well-balanced Vaitari or oral commands. The third part is known as Angatari Payat, which is all about the sharp weapons. Sharp weapons like a sword and shield, spear, dagger, and flexible sword urumi. And it is said that urumi was once upon a time worn around the waist of a person. So the length is that much, and one will carry it without being noticed by others. So in an emergency situation, he will take off that urumi and fight with that. Then fourth, the last part comes as virungai. That is the bare-handed defense and attack.
Wow.
So after learning that and after acquiring the necessary skill and the reflexes for that, he or she should be able to defend any attack from any quarters with any kind of weapons. There is a therapeutic science also attached to the kalari. That is medicine. Bone setting is there, the massages are there, and you learn and practice and learn more things and practice. So it is a never-ending process. By the breakup of or the end of Perumal rule, that is around maybe 7th and 9th centuries, there emerged a lot of principalities, small kingdoms. And it was at that time they wanted to keep private armies. So the warriors trained in the respective kalaris became the soldiers of the respective principalities. Kalaripayattu practitioners, experts, as a form of justice, went as hired mercenaries also. And Kalaripayattu had its golden era at that time. So ever after that, Kalaripayattu had a decadence during the Portuguese rule and thereafter during the British rule. Just before 1804, there was a great revolt by the great ruler of Parashi, and it was an armed revolt. and so Kalaripayattu, practice of Kalaripayattu was banned by the Britishers, and those who were hoarding weapons of Kalaripayattu and who were found practicing weaponry, they were sent to jail. When we gained independence, there was none to revive Kalaripayattu at that time. And as a sport activity also, for wrestling there is a bout. No one is killed. Professional boxing also, no one is killed. The skills in Kalaripayattu has not been developed or metamorphosed or stylized to form such quality sport items. But there is a small revival happening now. To my knowledge, there are more than 100 Kalaris where daily practice is going on. Because even though it is not a warfare activity now, it is a very good fitness activity and a discipline at large.
Wow. What flexible body. My God. So, guys, I had no idea about this martial art. Heard about it, learned about it in this video. And I mean, this again, opens your eyes as to how much rich culture India had. And as it's saying that this was the first martial art, and it probably is the one it's believed that brought Chinese martial art, and they've probably taken it or learned from it or something like that. So it just shows that India had a major contribution, but everywhere you see that India was doing so great. They did this, they did this, they did that. But then eventually, it stops. Why? Because of these Britishers that they came. So everywhere where you see the progress, where did it stop? Where the Britishers, because of the Britishers. So it seems like, unfortunately, that they came and they just destroyed the whole of our progress. Had they not been, then I'm sure that India would have been one of the top powerful countries in the world by this time. But anyway, going back to this video, this form of art is amazing because, I was just fascinated. Not only is it teaching you discipline, but, look at the amount of weapons they showed that they were learning to use. Yeah. They had small weapons, like small knife kind ones, or small swords that they were saying. Then they had these big swords, then even shields. And then they even had these bamboo sticks that they're learning to fight with. And then the best one that I liked was the... I don't know what they called it. I think they called it urmi or something, but it was urmi. So, but it was more like a belt or, kind of a hunter, you call it? Hunter, something like that.
Because that's what he said. So, something can be gone around your waist.
Yeah, so that's the part which I like the best because it's something that they said they could wrap it around their waist. And then if the need be, and you need to protect yourself, you just take it out and you can fight with it. Yeah. So this is something that, in nowadays also, it could be so helpful. Now if you know this art, you can just use your belt that you are wearing to protect yourself. And unfortunately, as they said, that they cannot, this is not so popular, or they don't have schools are all over India because they have not been able to modify it so that the kids, when they learn it, they don't get hurt, because they said something like, it was made for warfare. Yes. So I'm guessing that's the reason. But if they are able to modify this, it would be a really good martial art that the kids will be able to learn, and they should probably do it fast and try to, popularize it by opening schools all over India. Because here in US, people are crazy about martial art. We ourselves had sent Rishi for some time to learn some kind of martial art, because it is very important to learn this martial art, not just as a good exercise, but also for self-defense. So this is amazing. This is amazing.
Right. So, I'll start off, telling a story first, that there was a South Indian prince and he traveled to the Shaolin monastery, right? He was transferring Buddhism. So he went to the Shaolin monastery and he looked at the monks. The monks were thin, they were physically not strong. The king's men will come and they will destroy the monastery and go away, and they were in bad shape. So this person started to teach them a style of fighting, and that style of fighting was Shaolin Kung Fu.
Oh.
Okay, so and the name of this person was Bodhidharma. So Bodhidharma was a South Indian prince who went there. he taught them how to fight. That was Shaolin Kung Fu, and today that is known as Kempo Karate. Some people call it Kenpo, some people call it Kempo Karate, but that Kempo Karate from Shaolin Temple was started by Bodhidharma. Now, if you can look up on the internet, you will find a lot of material about Bodhidharma. And Bodhidharma is called in Chinese by a different name. It is called in Japan by a different name. It is called in Thailand by a different name. But they all agree that Bodhidharma was the starting. Now later on, now Chinese do not agree because of their self-respect or whatever. But the reality is that that's how. Now how did I know that? That how you can look up Bodhidharma and you will find all about it. Now what I believe is Bodhidharma probably knew Kalari because he was South Indian prince and he went up and he taught them Kalari, which later became Shaolin Kung Fu, Kempo Karate and Kenpo Karate. One is K-E-N, one is K-E-M. But that's, how did I know? Because years ago we put Rishi into the Shaolin temple's Kung Fu. And at the time they gave us a book. And when I opened that book, it was, and the master, the grand master was an American who had gone to Shaolin temple to learn. And he was a ninth Dan. So now he writes in his book that he tells about Bodhidharma, the South Indian prince, that all what I told you was written in that book. And then I was like mesmerized, and my God, karate comes from India, and that is a reality. Read about Bodhidharma, you'll be surprised.
Wow.
So now they also said very good things about Kalari. The fact that it was very popular sport, but then the Portuguese and the British came and stopped it because obviously they felt threatened that if people are going to fight, they'll lose. So they stopped it, and now after independence, obviously, after so many years, it was in such a bad shape that it was difficult to revive it. Now, other thing is, because they stopped it, right, nobody was able to refine it into a sport. Like if you look at Kempo Karate, which is Chinese, and you look at Shotokan Karate, which is Japanese, you will see that they are not meant, originally they were meant to kill, but now they are an art. They're a sport. This many points if you do that, this many points if you do that, this is a penalty, this is not a penalty, these are the forms, these are the katas, these are blah blah. So these are the punches, they've given a name to the punch, this is how you do a punching. So it was very well, during the years they've refined it to make like a sport. Now Kalari, as he was saying, it has not been changed into a sport so that you are not going to die, but you will learn so many points for doing this, so many points for doing that, these are rules, that's how you score. If it's a tie, then you do that. So that is definitely to be done in Kalari. Now the other point, what did the Chinese do? Obviously, after Bodhidharma was gone, the Shaolin temple continued to refine the art form and became Kempo Karate. And then they used to have competitions with Japan. So Japan has Shotokan. So Japan versus China, you will see many movies, Chinese movies, you are going to show they are fighting and they are showing, oh, Chinese karate has won. Chinese karate is more superior than Japanese karate. So whatever. Now, why is karate so popular? Every time you think about China, you think about a martial arts movie by China. China is showing a martial arts movie, karate is going on, some king's dynasty is there, something has happened, some guy, Jackie Chan is going to come, or in our times, Bruce Lee would come and he would fight and we'll say, wow, what a thing, right? So, because the British could not rule in China for long, they were able to refine their art form. Now, it is time for Kalari to come in the movies, take the help of Bollywood, take the help of the president, the Prime Minister of India. Let the government revive Kalari. Kalaripayattu, and then let Bollywood highlight it. Now Padmavat, it is said in Padmavat, there was a scene that showed Kalari. But again, it is not popularized. Tell everyone, this is the Kalari, this is the Kalaripayattu.
Yeah.
And everywhere they should go and they should open, dojos or whatever, they call it a Kalari itself. So Kalari, they will open Kalaris everywhere in Bombay, Delhi, Bangalore, Hyderabad, every big city you open and teach them Kalari. Of course, before that happen, they'll have to figure out a way to convert it into a sport. These are the points, these are the rules, these are the bodies. And like India is popularizing Kabaddi, India should popularize Kalari also. Look at the Chinese. If karate can be so popular, so can the mother of karate.
Yeah, true.
Right? Kalari. Because as I told you, Bodhidharma is a fact. You can read about Bodhidharma. Even the American Grand Master who taught Rishi, He also had written such a big book about the history of karate, in which he starts with Bodhidharma, right? So if India has done so much, I really believe that Kalaripayattu should be popularized. People should take attention. Don't let it die like Sanskrit is dying, right? We saw the other place where regional language is dying. So it should not. It should be coming from the top. The Indian government, people will need to probably do petition or raise voice or raise awareness in Bollywood and say, hey, show Kalari. Why are you showing something? And make a martial art movie that shows Kalari. Go to Kerala, shoot the movie, make a movie around it. Don't just make it a Malayalam movie. Make a movie that is in Hindi, in all different languages. Make it so that it fights out in the, outside the world and make it popular. I think that way, this art will definitely be helpful and it will definitely do greater. It is every time, as you were saying, everything comes back to the British and the Portuguese. Because we were invaded, many of the creativity was stopped. But after now that we are independent, this creativity should be brought forward. Let Kalari shine, and it should be coming up as the mother of karate, as done by Bodhidharma.
Yes, very true. So guys, with this we will end this video. Once again, I'm guessing we went again beyond time. As we said, once we get into a video and it touches our heart, we can't help us stop talking. But as just at the end, I will just say that it is very essential that, our kids, not just our kids, but we ourselves should learn some kind of, this kind of martial art. For self-defense, to protect ourselves in case of need. God forbid that it happens. But you should be aware of it and be aware of your surroundings. So having this art form, this beautiful art form in India, it is very important that we, go ahead and modify it so that the kids don't, because as a parent, our mere concern is when we, teach them or send them to learn this kind of martial art, definitely as mothers, we will be like, are you sure this is not going to hurt our kid? So if they can make that way, they can modify it, then this is a beautiful art form for kids to learn, whether it be a boy or a girl, as a self-defense and as a good fitness exercise. So hopefully in coming years, we are hoping that, we see this modification and the popularization of this martial art. And I'm guessing that once this is done, it will probably even come over to US, because US is really, Americans are really fascinated. They love yoga, they do meditation, and they love martial art forms because they want to be fit, and plus they want to learn something that will help them in, defending themselves in times of need. So if this art form is modified, it won't be, I won't be surprised if we have schools over here in US too for kids to learn. So thank you once again, guys, for all those who recommended this video for us to watch. This was totally new to us. We gained some information, some beautiful, really eye-opening information. So now we'll take your leave and we'll come back again with another video pretty soon. Till then, take care and bye-bye.
Oh, and if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon so it notifies you when I put in my new video for you to enjoy. Bye!